What's up, Toy Fam, and welcome back to your Totally Cool channel. And yes, it's Throwback Thursday again, and we're not doing G.I. Joes this time. Some of you may have wanted us to do G.I. Joes, but we have not read any comments asking us to stop or continue. So we're looking at exploring other toy lines in our collection. For this episode, we are doing our second ThunderCat. Okay, we did the first one. I think it was Snarf. It was a while back when we did that, so you check out the link below of that video if you're a ThunderCats fan. We are not going to do a very long series about this. We're probably doing two, maybe shifting to others. We'll see how it goes. We'll probably draw lots and, wherever the wind takes us. But in the meantime, what do we have in store for you for this episode? We are doing ThunderCats, the Super7 Ultimates ThunderCats. We did a whole run of the Super7 Silverhawks, and we're going into the ThunderCats territory. Now, what do we have in our ThunderCats collection? Let's just say we have the Thunder Tank, and we have a big addition to the collection, which is none other than the limited edition Cat's Lair. But before we get into that, we're going to explore the figures. For today's episode, we will be doing one of the Thunderkittens. Now, the Thunderkittens it's Wilykit and Wilykit. I think Wilykit is the girl or the female, and Wilykit is the male. Okay? Now, you can see a big difference between the two, but we'll do that we'll go into detail in a separate review when we dive into each one of them, and then at the end of the second episode we'll do a comparison. But before anything else, make sure to hit like and subscribe, and follow us on subscribe for YouTube, and follow us on Facebook and TikTok, and hit that bell button so that you could be notified of future content that we'll be putting out. We're doing it 3 times a week. We're doing Transformers Tuesday, we're doing Throwback Thursday, and we're doing Superhero Saturday. Now, for this Throwback Thursday, we'll probably be doing none other than Wilykit. So why are we starting off with Wilykit? Well, it was a random pick if you ask me. But I find her very interesting because she's a very playful character, and she's more beguiling and cunning and crafty given her age. But, considering that she's a loyal ThunderCat, it's still a very good start-off point as we dive deep into the ThunderCats mythology. Now, ThunderCats. I know we've done Snarf. We're not going to go into historical detail, but let's look at the box first, as we always do. So, for this episode, let's look at this box, and you can see it's a plastic windowed box. Now, this is very different from the first ThunderCats that were released, because it has one thing that it does not have compared to the others, and that's the sleeve. Alright, the ThunderCat sleeve with the ThunderCats logo at front and the ThunderCats name at the back. So this is Lion-O, where we have not done a review of him yet, but we'll do Wilykit first. And the reason why I like this is because it's less environmental impact, because, less cardboard, less paint. As you can see up front, she's very minimalistic. She's got the hoverboard, she's got the lasso, she's got the alternate hands, not much. So let's look at the side of the box. Not much, just a peek through the window. Same thing on the back, and on the back it says Wilykit and has her character description. So we're not here on this channel to look at boxes, we're here to look at the figures. So let's open her up. There we go. Okay. Softly, gently. Okay. She's not a very heavy figure. Again, this is probably the size of a Snarf or a young Lion-O. We also have a young Lion-O in the collection. Now, Wilykit came out with Wave 8, and she came before Wilykit. So probably the reason why we're favoring this figure before the other one. But let's look at this first. Now, it's a two-piece clamshell. Okay, it's a two-piece clamshell. Is it taped? It's taped. So let's cut through the tape. Not the red tape. It's not red. It's clear tape. Cut through the clear tape. Okay, here we go. So it's a two-piece clamshell, but from the front, it looks like it's just one piece. It looks like it's integrated, but it's actually two pieces, one behind the other. And the one on the back has the hoverboard and the hoverboard stand that also has these wind effects. So it's like when she's hovering, it's, you know, it throws some debris and dust all over the place. So let's set this aside first, and let's go into the figure. Now the figure has an alternate head, which is this one. It does not have, again, sadly, it does not have a lot of hands. It only has 3 different hands. It's not even pairs, just hands. You've got a very small figure, probably around 3.75, maybe 4 inches. When the Super 7s are supposed to be 7 inches. And then you've got 2 pieces of props, if you could call them that. This is a lasso, and it's the lasso when she's using it and flinging it. And this one's the lasso that's on her belt, I think. So there's not really much to explore about this figure. So let's just get right down to it. Okay, I don't have my scissors with me again. I took them somewhere, so we're going to use the cutters. Hopefully, it's not going to hurt anything or anyone. Especially me. Okay, that didn't do much. That didn't do much. Okay. Watch the hands, watch the hands, watch the hands. There we go, there we go. Ah! Okay, it's only one tie. Okay, right off the gate, right out of the gate, I am very careful. I'm gonna be very careful about this one. I'm kind of skeptical because it's so flimsy, so flimsy. So let's try to push these notches out of the way, and then instead of just pulling it with raw force, okay? If we can do that. Okay, we got one leg freed. I would really recommend taking the legs out first because they're easier to pull out, and then the whole body just follows like that. Easy peasy, nice and easy. Okay. Okay, it's quite a small figure. It's a kitten. So Wilykit and Wilycat are supposed to be kittens, space kittens. Okay. There we go. There's that figure. Nice orange hair with the black accents, you know, still reminiscent of the 1980s character. You've also got the different colors on the forepaw, and then you've got the iconic and, you know, very distinct shirt that's on one shoulder only, and then you've got the pink and blue skirt. Okay. And then you've got the pink and blue socks. I don't know if they're socks or I don't know what you call them. I don't know what to call them. But that's pink and blue. The orange and red, the orange and black hairs just, you know, really brings you back to seeing these guys in the cartoons. Okay, let's do an articulation review. The head's a little bit loose. It's kind of loose. See? Kind of loose. Okay. I hope this is not the start of, this is not the beginning of a long, regretful journey down to opening all of these action figures, because we kind of invested a lot in this collection. Now, okay, the shoulders go all the way up, elbows, you don't see the pins, okay, plus points, no pins. You've got the wrist moving up, moving out, moving around, pretty nice, 90 degrees. You have a nice waist twist. Okay, no impediments right there. It's, again, an anatomically correct waist twist. The legs, very minimal because of the skirt. And then you've got the knees. It's a single jointed knee because it's a very small figure. Okay, it's not double jointed like if it was a big character. And then you've got the simple movement of the feet. Okay, so the articulation is not that much. It's not as how should I say this? It's not as intricate as a bigger figure. Now this other head is it winks. It's like it's got a playful wink, and then the weapons. I don't really see much to explore about this figure. I don't know why. Let's show you the lasso. Let's see the lasso. Let's see if it could stand first. Okay, now it could stand. We can let her be. Okay, it comes with a protective cover. Okay, the lasso that is balled up, I don't know what you call this. This is I don't know what term to use, but it has a notch. Okay, a very small notch. Very, very small notch. Okay, and fits into a very, very small hole on the waistband. So it kind of like it's supposed to plop in there. Let's see. I think it's too soft to get in. We'll see. Let's see how it... Okay. Super7. Super7, wake up. Something's wrong. Now, okay. I'm not one to quit too soon, but it's just supposed to stick in, okay? No. Come on. Come on. Nope. I don't think it's going to work. I don't think it's going to work. Anyway, let's go into the other items. The only thing that really brings me to a level of enthusiasm about this is the hoverboard, because it is iconic to the character and really distinct to the character of the kittens. Okay, the hoverboard. Okay, this is a little bit more exciting. You've got the nice color. It's matte in the middle, and you've got the shine on the edges. Pretty cool. Again, the oh my goodness, the ThunderCats emblem is just so accurate. Okay, now at the bottom you see the hover exhausts, whatever, but there's a few paint dings right over there. I don't know, are these supposed to be battle scars or battle damage? Not, or I don't know. It looks accidental to me. But let's see how this fits into this. Is this a blast effect or is it a hover effect? Let's see if it sticks. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. Another one. Okay. Okay, looks good. Okay, it's okay. There it goes. It's cool. It's cool. Now let's see if we can pose this figure. It has some holes on the feet, but given that it's a very small figure, I don't know how we can pose this. But let's see if it stands. Okay. Okay. There you go. You can hear a click. You can hear a click, but then can it hold the weight? That's the question. Can the board hold the weight? There. Woo. Okay. Okay. Let's turn it around for you to see. Okay. Okay. That was a beautiful accident. That was a beautiful accident. I hope it happens again. Let's put her in a pose like she's really hoverboarding. Hover, if there is such a word. Okay. Okay, now this is a disappointment, but this one was not, which I think kind of redeems it. Okay. Yeah. Kind of reminds me of my niece. Kind Kind of reminds me of something that she would do, hoverboarding and making people nervous around her. All right. Okay. Before we go, just like to say give us a couple of shout outs. Marcus, I think one of our youngest fans, always watching this show. So, hey Marcus, thank you for watching. Hope to see you. And then we got a couple more people, a couple more kids, and then we've got a few more friends in the industry that we would like to thank, but that's later on in the program. In the meantime, let's get back to Wilykit. Wilykit. Yeah. I mean, yeah, the lasso doesn't work, and we have not tried the other hands, but hands are hands. This is the main feature of this character. So let's do a toy review, and let's get deeper into our assessment of this action figure. Okay. There we go. Okay. Now, first impression, Super 7 has always been, and I will stand by this, has always been great looking inside the box. Bar none. The quality, the attention, the paint scheme, the overall accent, the hair and all of that, the texture of the clothing, it's great. It's top notch. Okay, and that goes for all that I've seen in the Super 7 line. So that's the first impression. Price point. This, like Snarf, is kind of questionable for me because it's the same price as a fully grown Lion-O, okay, with much less accessories. Mind you, much less accessories. Same price, less plastic, less accessories. So that takes it down a couple of notches for me. Playability. I'm starting to think that Super 7 is not made. It's not made to be playable. They're made to be displayed. They're made to be posed, but they're not made to be played with, because very limited in terms of the accessories. The way you stick that lasso into the belt, nah, it takes a little effort. You might need to customize it a little bit. You might need to do something with it to make it work. So playability is a little bit lower, but posability is up there, because out of the box you see the richness of the color, the intensity of the paint scheme, and the smooth, the smooth quality of not just the toy but the accessories. So let's do our final toy review. Is it not cool? Definitely not. Is it cool? Is it totally cool? Actually, it's hovering between not cool and cool, because very minimal accessories. They could have done more. This character is known to have a lot of knickknacks and a lot of cool stuff that she could use to distract her enemies and really be a nuisance. But you don't see that here. You see the alternate hands, you see the lasso, you see the alternate head, and then the hoverboard. Not much you can use. So I'd say it's a very, very entry-level kind of cool. And I've read the other reviews, I've watched the other videos, and it seems like they've had difficulty posing her this way. But since we didn't, she's cool. Okay? So with that ends this review, and we hope you like it. I mean, I like the review, but the toy has a lot left to be desired. We hope it's better when we do Wilykit, and we'll do a comparison with Wilykit on our next episode. So stay tuned for that, and thank you for watching until the end of this video. We thank you for supporting this channel, and we hope to see you again. Guys, family, toys are not just cool. They're totally cool. So happy collecting. Bye-bye.
ThunderCats are on the loose. ThunderCats are loose. Feel the magic, feel the roar.